All right, Lions at Chargers. Lions come off their bye. Healthy too. All 53 men on the roster were practicing on Wednesday. Jonah Jackson, the left guard's back. Monty's going to be back, which is huge for them. I'm trusting in Monty this weekend in Los Angeles, even with the emergence of Jahmyr Gibbs against the Raiders a couple weeks ago. Dan Campbell's identity is the ground game. I think they're going to run, but the Chargers defense is weakness is their pass defense. So maybe we see some different game flow or game scheme this week. How do you feel about that, fellas?
There was a game a couple weeks back. What was it when Detroit went to Tampa, where they just flipped the script and Goff threw a shit ton. They
That's
worked the
true.
short to intermediate game and had some success. The Chargers defense isn't awful overall.
Their
They're
pass
not a
rush
deep.
is still good.
Yep, the pass rush is decent. Um, they're not a defense to be feared, but you don't want to overlook them either. The big thing that I'm interested to see is how that backfield split goes with Detroit, with Monty being back, and Gibbs really showed he's somebody to be reckoned with in this league. His explosiveness, his ability to break tackles at an elite rate, and he runs damn powerful given his size. He's a very he's an impactful player. I would really like to see them get both of them on the field at the same time, get Gibbs out in a route, give him the opportunity to get the ball in space, keep Monty into pass block because he's pretty damn good at it. That's it. That would be an element of the offense that we have yet to see this year.
So, a couple things about this game. Inexplicably, it opened at Lions +1
Yes.
last week. So, don't really understand that. But talking about Gibbs and Monty, Gibbs actually leads the team in rushing yards with 399 on about 20 less carries. So, the question I have for you guys is it's a similar scenario, but not exactly the same. Are Gibbs and Monty a version of Zeke and Tony Pollard, where Gibbs may benefit from Monty being the kind of the thunder, so that Gibbs could be the lightning? I know it was a small sample size when Monty was out, and Gibbs played really well, but do you think in the long term Gibbs might benefit from having Monty there to kind of absorb some of those blows in the short yardage so that he can be more explosive?
Absolutely. The thing that drove Tony Pollard's production was his efficiency. If you can do more on fewer carries, absolutely. Um, that said, he's going to be in Detroit for a minute, first round pick. They get that 5th-year option. Here in a couple of years, once Monty is gone, run his ass into the ground.
Yep. It's Goff has just been so good too. Top 5 in passing yards per game at 271. He's only at 1.5 touchdowns per game, but since we're top 10 in rushing touchdowns, kind of
Right.
balances out. So you can see why he gets less. Um, it's just so nice to see this balance of an offense in Detroit, or any offense at all, except for Matt Stafford chucking it down to whomever. So and I think Laporta's gonna probably have a good game as well. He's averaged 5 for 54 this season, which is excellent for any tight end, let alone a rookie tight end. I think he's a good play of the week as well, given the matchup.
I agree.
That's right. I think you do later.
So
I
Lions,
mean
Lion.
they've had.
Oh,
Go
go.
ahead.
No, you're good. Go.
No, I was just gonna say the Chargers. Yeah, they've been coming back a little bit the last couple weeks. 2 solid wins. But the Jets, geez, outpaced them in yards last week, 270 to 191. A lot of that was special teams and defense for the Chargers that week. So I know Goff ain't that great on the road with the splits, but I think he'll do enough. And like Matt said, it can probably be like a Tampa Bay game, which was on the road.
Yeah, I loved this game at +1 for the Lions, as anyone should. At -3, I think they still win. I think they go out there and win. It's -3 right now. I think I'd bump that down to 2.5 because it kind of feels like a field goal type of game. But I do think the Lions go out there and win.
It was -2.5 like earlier in the day today.
Yeah, it was.
That
It
line's
was.
moved a lot.
It was. But both teams are actually pretty healthy. Like I said, the Lions were good, and I think there was only one player on the Chargers injury report, and I can't even remember who it was.
That's it. Hold
And
on,
we'll
and
see
I'll
if
tell you.
Donovan,
Oh.
Donovan People-Jones gets into the action.
It's Joey
this
Bosa,
week
who's
at all.
questionable. He's questionable.
Is he?
Yeah.
He'll
We'll
play.
see how Penei Sewell does against him if he plays.
Yeah.
I think Keenan Allen is a great play against this Lions secondary.
Yep.
Jalen Guyton is also a sneaky play. He's a 6'1" guy who's fast as hell and can get down the field, especially with who's that dickhead that just went on IR?
Palmer.
Yeah. Palmer, he may be out for the season. Quentin Johnston has shown he's not going to be a thing this year. They got to throw it to somebody.
Yeah. I grabbed Guyton in the league just as some extra stuff might end up helpful in the playoffs.
Jordan Palmer, my all-time deuce.
Jordan Palmer?
Yeah.
Josh Palmer?
Josh Palmer, whatever.
Ah,
Jordan Kelly, Josh Palmer, same thing.
Yeah. Alrighty then.
One's a running back, one's a receiver.
Yeah, and you're not going to bench Eckler. You're going to start him, even though it might not be good for him. But they could be playing catch up. I hope they could throw the ball to him. But
Hines catch up.
Hines catch up.
Ooh, over under on this game's 48.5.
I'd probably go over on that.
I think so too.
Yep, that could happen. But
It
I
feels
like
like-
that everybody's healthy. I like that Branch is healthy. Everybody in the defense is healthy again.
Except for the
That's great.
people that aren't.
Feels like a
out.
feels like a 31-28 kind of game.
Vitae lost his starting job. Glasgow got it. He's going to start at right guard Sunday.
Is he? Nice.
Yeah. So Vitae's had so many freaking injuries, nagging injuries, and Glasgow's played so well the last month. I know he started at right guard, left guard, and center, I think, in 3 games in the last month. I'm glad he came back.
Yeah, that was a good get for them.
It was.